Alright, we're all fighting against coronavirus, aren't we? But we Indians don't know our true potential. We've been fighting bigger viruses than coronavirus, but we call them relatives. Just like these viruses, not all relatives are bad. Some are good as well. They're like common cold. They come and they stay with you for a while, but they'll clean you up, they'll inspire you. But these relatives are the ones who either don't have kids or have kids who are worse than you. But some are exactly like coronavirus. Whenever they come, you have to quarantine yourself for at least 2 weeks because they'll convince your parents that you should have been aborted. They'll prove that you're just a waste of oxygen. To survive in any host environment, virus needs something, right? But our relatives just need a cup of tea. They come in the morning, they'll have tea. They come in the evening, they'll have tea. They come in the afternoon, they'll have tea. For them, tea is a symbol of recognition. You give them biryani, you give them a cool drink, you give them an ice cream, they don't mind. But if you forget to give them tea, they go to the next house and complain, Babiji, look at them. They didn't even offer me a drop of tea. What kind of tarika is that? They are so obsessed with tea because they think tea as the starting point of any discussion. And they call these discussions as chai pe charcha. And the entire charcha is about you as if you are the reason for the downfall of India's GDP.
Oh no!
It's like God has written nothing on your head. He just dumped you to your house so that your relatives come home and discuss what you're gonna become. That too having the same tea that you yourself served. It's like, we'll ask him to prepare for IIT, expect him to become a doctor, and blame him why he didn't become a lawyer. But our relatives were not like this in our childhood. They used to be very sweet. In fact, those are the ones who used to provide monetary benefits for we being kids. Most importantly, they used to save us from chappals and belts from our parents. We always wanted them to stay as much as possible. But this trend continues until we reach 10th standard. Because once we reach 10th standard, the actual virus activates. All of a sudden, every touch of yours will be dangerous. Every movement of yours will be counted. And the most destructive weapon comes out. Comparison. It's okay if they compare their kids with you because sometimes you will mess up, sometimes their kids will mess up, that's fine. But if they compare themselves with your parents now, you are in big trouble. They'll play with your parents' ego like anything. It's like, Babiji, why are you hitting your kid unnecessarily? He's such a good boy. But kya hai na Babiji, if a Chintu does these kind of things now, I will bash him against the wall so that he'll never do these kind of things. Uncle ji, you also, why are you hitting him unnecessarily? But kya hai na Uncle ji, last week when our Chintu did the same thing, his father took his belt and ripped him apart like anything. That's how we have to deal with these kind of kids. But your kid is not like a Chintu na, he's a very good boy. Don't hit him, huh? Beta, look at your parents. How hard they are working to grow you up and you are doing these kind of things. Be a good boy, beta. And I am like, what kind of nukkad natak is going on? And then she confirms, Babiji, promise me when I leave you're not going to hit your kid. Uncle ji, promise me when I leave you're not going to hit your kid. By then our parents are so much with ego that they only hear two words, hit and him. And I was like, Auntie ji, where are you going, Auntie ji? Sit down, Auntie ji. You started the Bhumi Puja. Let the party begin. Mummy, get the chappal. Daddy, get your belt. Hit me, hit me, hit me. Then comes engineering. And our uncles love college with short names. They get instantly turned on whenever they hear IIT. Oh, your son is an IIT, na? Beta, which IIT, beta? Oh, nice. Beta, can you please come home for a cup of coffee? Teach my kids something. They are very weak, beta. They instantly become Karan Johars and they invite you for coffee. For them, IITs are like bikinis. Huh? NITs are like these mini skirts and these triple ITs and bits are like midis. Unfortunately, I didn't get admitted into any of these colleges. But I used to say NIT. NIT? Which NIT, beta? ANIT, uncle. Anil Neerukonda Institute of Technology and Sciences. Oh, all the best, beta. Instant turn off. But our relatives will be very optimistic when they hear our branch names. Which branch, beta? Electrical engineering, uncle. Electrical engineer? No, uncle, I'm yet to study. I'm yet to give a lot of exams and then become an electrical. No, you're an electrical engineer only. But studying electrical engineering is altogether a different thing. Just imagine you are a student of electrical engineering and there is a relative at your house and there is a power cut. You'll have to face an instant viva with a hostile invigilator who doesn't even know what a live wire is about. Because they always need output. If you're graduating from an engineering college, you have to get a job in an IT firm. Otherwise, the same people who called you an engineer before even you got ragged will call you bakwas engineer. Yeah, nowadays everyone is an engineering student only. Everyone is an engineer. For every street there is one temple, mosque, church, and then one engineering college. We have to ban the government from doing these kind of things, huh? But luckily I really ended up with a job after my graduation, and I thought, okay, I'm settled now, everything will be gone and no more these kind of fuzz anymore. But then package kitna beta? This much, auntie. Huh? So less beta? Even a Chintu's variable component is more than your salary. But Chintu, what kind of Chintu my foot? But after 3 years, even I realized, okay, doing MBA would be better for me, because the kind of role I am having, it's not that, it's not fetching me much as far as career is concerned. So I thought doing an MBA would be very nice. But then the same people, what? MBA, that to 20 lakhs fees, and leaving the job with high salary. And I was like, forget about my college, forget about my fees and all, auntie, uncle. Just let me know when my company has given me a high salary. Better, which I am, which I am. For them, IIMs are the only colleges that teaches management, Other colleges teach farming and poultry. But I seriously never listened to any of these guys. However, I've completed my MBA, and then Corona came and I'm back to my house. But still, I'm very much determined not to listen to anyone. And I told my dad as well, Daddy, don't listen to any of these kind of voices. Your son is settled now, everything will be fine. My dad also agreed. But then he got a phone call. Uncle Ji, don't you have the minimum responsibility to get your son married? Even Corona will get a vaccine one day, but a relative Rona will never ever be cured. Thank you guys.